Well, to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have this phone with Dr. Mohamed Roshdy, economic and banking expert. Good afternoon, sir.
Hello, good
Hello.
afternoon to you and our... Hello.
Hello, Dr.
Hello.
Roshdy.
Hello, good afternoon to you and our audience.
Thank you, sir. Sir, Egypt yesterday was celebrating the 7th anniversary of the establishment of the new Suez Canal. Could you give us your insight concerning the importance of the new Suez Canal?
Actually, before I will start, I would love to start with a quote. Achievements of today are the stepping stones for the future ones. While I'm talking about canals, right, it comes to the top of my mind is the success story of the new Egyptian Republic. Actually, I would like to, I would love to share the following figures with our audience that was supported by the announcement of head of Suez Canal Authority. It recorded the highest ever annual revenues in full year 2021-2022, recording $7 billion, up from $5.8 billion in the previous full year. Actually, the project succeeded in increasing the capacity of the canal and raising its efficiency to exceed the current and future generations of the giant ships with huge tonnages and large drafts, which the global shipyards are moving towards building to take advantage of the economic of scale. In addition to the projects to develop the navigational course of the Suez Canal topped the priorities of the work agenda during the last period, especially on the presidential leadership level, the most recent of which was the project to develop southern sector of the canal, which is proceeding at an accelerated pace according to the specified schedule, due to, as you know and our audience know, to great interest in the matter from the political leadership. Also, I would love to share figures that announced by Mr. Rabia, the head of canals, right? That 44 ships passed through the canal from the north with a net tonnage of 3 million tons, while 45 ships crossed from the south with a net tonnage of, as far as I recall, 2.2 million tons. Actually, this is in addition to the daily transit rate through the canal witnessed a significant increase after the opening of the new Suez Canal project, which pushed the average daily transit from 48 ships to 62. Can you imagine that? This was a significant impact. This is in addition to the previous daily transit record was reached on September 2021 when 87 ships with a total net tonnage, I believe 4.8 million tons transited the canal. This is in addition to, in July 2022, the canal recorded its all-time highest monthly revenue, reaching, as far as I recall, 704 million, in addition to the highest monthly transit and the highest net tonnage. Actually, one of the main causes, in my humble opinion, a major expansion to the length and depth of the waterway took place in 2015. As you can remember, and our audience, the expansion aimed to speed up the movement of vessels, enable the canal to handle super tankers and increase its revenue. I believe those things which possibly reflected on our income from Suez Canal. This is in addition to that development of Canal Western sector, pointing out that the project is of interest of the country political leadership. Egypt is working on extending the two-way segment of the Suez Canal by 10 kilometers to a total length of, as far as I recall, 82, 83 kilometers, which will enable more ships to pass and increase traffic safety. Although things, I believe, in my humble opinion, positively reflected on what we achieved, and I believe the coming achievements will be significant and booming. And this is one of the most important things to build our new republic in goodwill.
Yes, yes. So, Dr. Roshdy, also the new Suez Canal is achieved its highest income since its opening. What are the most important reasons behind, or the factors behind this success?
Actually, as I took you and our audience, it has a lot of main pillars. If we illustrated them in a nutshell, one of the most important things, in my humble opinion, I believe a major expansion to the length and the depth of the waterway took place in 2015. The expansion aimed actually to speed up the movement of vessels and enable the canal to handle supertankers and increase its revenue. This is in addition to one of the most significant things that Egypt is working to extending to the two-way segment of Suez Canal by 10 kilometers to a length of 82 kilometers, which will enable more ships to pass, in addition to the incentives that the government is providing to ships that are passing through the canal. Also, I believe the Suez Canal increased transit dues by 5 to 10% for laden and bulk vessels transiting the global waterway. I believe, in my humble opinion, Suez Canal project is one of the most important projects that the government is focusing on it, and it's a great investment, and it's crystal clear that the ROI, the return on investment, is quite good and positively reflect the focus of government, presidential leadership, and all governmental sectors are working closely to integrate to have this success story, actually.
Yes. I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information, Dr. Mohamed Roshdy, economic and banking expert. Ladies and gentlemen, a short break, and I'm going to be back with you.